Well, good afternoon, and I'm going to say the right word. Rogers customers, formerly Shaw customers, same great customers, same great audience. Mayor Ken with you today on another council interview, a post-council interview. Always a privilege to have the deputy mayor along today. It's Deputy Kramer Barnstable. You know, Councillor, I was trying to think. I think the last time you and I were together with our great TV audience. Was in a yoga studio. Was that? Did I get that right?
We had one in between there.
Oh, did we?
We were at the library.
We were at the library
in January, but we did the yoga studio. That was earlier in the year too. So this is our second one in 2023, and we did one in 2022.
Councillor, you can tell who's losing their marbles and who isn't, so it's all good. But it's great to be with you today. We're here at Taco Loft today downtown. Legendary food, incredible vibe here. Been here many, many times. Mike Upping's with us. Mike, always a pleasure to be here in your place. We came through the ice cream parlor downstairs, but I think that was just an incentive to get us to come upstairs. And so here we are. It's great to be with you. So go ahead.
Well, I guess the first question is, yesterday, RCMP provided City Council with an update on their annual policing and the Q1 crime statistics. Mayor Johnson, can you talk about some of the highlights Council heard yesterday in regard to the annual policing plan and crime stats for this quarter?
Absolutely. The annual policing plan is a plan that it's actually put together with our local force. Council and the force sit down and map that plan out for the year. And then the RCMP comes in every quarter and gives us an update on it. So yesterday, there was a lot of highlights for me personally, and a lot of councillors commented the same way, Mike, on it. But for me, when I looked at it, the 5-year trends is really what I looked at, and I've been on council for 10 years now. And so the 5-year trends in property crime, persons crime, all those things that plague our community from time to time, all those trends are down in a 5-year period. So very, very positive report from our RCMP. I think if I could highlight anything beyond the enforcement side of it is how active the police have become as community ambassadors and very, very involved in our community now, in our schools, in our culture groups, in our ethnic groups, in festivals, those kinds of things, that they're really serving to form a very collaborative approach to policing in the city, and I think the results really speak for themselves.
All right, perfect. Deputy Mayor Barnstable, this next one's for you. How can increased reporting of crimes by citizens help with policing in Red Deer?
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that we addressed. That was really important from the RCMP and from our local police force, that just being able to report a problem. First off, it's hard to know if there is a problem if it's not reported, right? So the more that the citizens can be involved in helping show or point out what some issues that might be going on in our city, the better chance that we have of our police force being able to solve that and being able to resolve those, right? If we don't know that they're happening, it's hard to address them. And so the more that we can have our citizens involved in reporting the problems, and it's very easy, actually, there's an app you can get for your phone that the mayor talked about as well, the RCMP app, and if you can download that app, it's very easy to report a problem, and that helps everyone get on the same page, and it helps crimes be solved quicker and more efficiently.
Perfect. We have the strategic plan quarterly reports. Administration presented the Q2 report card, which highlighted progress towards the outcomes in the 2023 and 26 strategic plan. Mayor Johnson, this quarterly report spoke of the outcome of vibrant and enjoyable downtown.
Yes.
Can you talk about some of the highlights from the Q2 in this category?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say, first of all, Mike, Q2 for the RCMP ends the end of June. Yeah. And of course, here we are now, the end of August, first part of September kind of thing. And you know how busy it's been downtown over the last 3 months. It's just been amazing. But in that Q2 period, I'll talk about that. A couple of wonderful initiatives occurred. One is we had basically a very quick subscription to a grant program, a beautification grant program that we had. That was fully subscribed, and we paid $25,000 to 5 businesses and so on to go and take advantage of that particular grant program. Another fundamental initiative that I would say will start to shape the identity of downtown, and you may be involved in this, perhaps you're not, all good, but is the formation of a downtown community association. That's a new page for us downtown, a new approach for us downtown. It's a combination of agencies, a combination of businesses. There's some input, obviously, from the Downtown Business Association, from city administration, those kinds of things. But I look forward to seeing the work of that particular group going forward. You know, there are, gosh, I'm going to say 20 or so community associations across our city. Not all are active. Some are very active. So I look forward to this particular one being very active. I'd be very disappointed if it wasn't a very active community association. Going to be very, very interesting to see how a grassroots organization like that will put its print and its mark on the downtown. So very exciting, as all things are downtown, very exciting. And so I look for that group to do some good work shortly.
All right, perfect. Deputy Mayor Barnstable, what other highlighted progress points resonated with you that you would want to share with other Ontarians?
Yeah, I think one of the key things that we found out on the report is the growing ridership in our public transit. I think that there's been many citizens that have been looking for that, just for our public transit to maybe be a little more available, a little more accessible, and in order for that to happen, we need people to be on the buses. And so to see those numbers coming up and trending in the right direction, we're getting close to where we were in 2019, which is pre-COVID levels. And I think if that number continues to be on the rise, then we'll be able to see, you know, some more good statistics going forward. And I look forward to seeing Q3 and actually the annual report, which is going to be able to highlight a lot of those other pieces that we've picked up in Q1 and Q2. But I think seeing public transit moving in that direction is something that's really positive for our citizens, and that allows us moving forward, and when we get to our budget in 2024 to maybe make some adjustments if the trend keeps going in the right direction.
Okay, question. Council approved the sale of a parcel of land in the Capstone area below market value to support the development in the downtown area. Mayor Johnson, can you talk about this development in Capstone and what it means to the area?
Well, everybody knows, I think, Mike, that Capstone has been, I would say, underutilized or underperforming. I'll just say it that way from an asset perspective, from a city asset perspective, for a various number of reasons. The economic slowdown in 2016, COVID, for example, et cetera, all those things have made it so. We made a decision, a policy, under a policy that existed since 1996, to be able to incent development of that particular area. It had to be for the right reasons. So in this case, it's a multifamily apartment complex that's going there. So 77 unit or so complex that's going there. Essentially, what we are able to do is attract residents into Capstone now with that, because the development permit is in front of city and ready to go and so on. So we're going to have residential development there. There's 2 other parcels that are particularly, I would say, area zoned in the same way as this parcel. So those parcels could also be developed and incentivized the same way by council if the developers would come forward and talk to us about them. So it was a very catalytic event, meaning we're looking now for more folks to look at Capstone as a destination of choice now. And as it relates to the whole of downtown, it enables now more residential traffic in the downtown, which will spur its own services. If you can imagine, Mike, you know, a full restaurant, more than you get, and the opportunity for that, more foot traffic downtown, all of those kinds of things. It's a very exciting development, but it had to be incented, I think, under this particular environment for the right reason, which was housing, and for the right other reasons, which were inflation, pressures on developers, and so on. So great timing, great project, and I think council is sending a message yesterday, and Rogers viewers, please take this to heart, that Capstone is starting and it's open for business, and we look forward to a lot more development there.
Deputy Mayor Barnstable, what is a multifamily? Why is a multifamily development important to the future of the area?
I think it's important for a number of reasons. I think that if you just look around Red Deer, currently where it sits, there's need. There's need for multifamily. There's need for housing in Red Deer in particular. And what better place than to have it downtown? I think that I said yesterday in my comments that this doesn't only help downtown, it doesn't only help Capstone area, but it really is a huge boost for Red Deer as a whole, because we are in need of multifamily housing, and I think this is not only going to be a great option, but also just it's going to be a kickstart for our whole community. Yes. And the opportunities that will come from that, I think, are going to grow, and I think developers will see that there's a good chance to bring in more and more of those as we have other parcels of land that are available. And I think it's going to be something that's huge, but I think having multifamily specifically to start off with hit the ground running, I think that's really important for where we're at right now as a community, and it'll help grow for sure.
All right. Was there anything else from yesterday's council meeting that you would like to mention?
Well, you give the mayor an opportunity to thump the downtown drum, Mike, and that's what's going to happen for sure. So it was just a few weeks ago. We were out here on Ross, doing a brand kickoff or brand remake and all that kind of stuff. And I really, it partly was tongue-in-cheek, but I also really meant it in every sense. So Rogers viewers may have heard me say this before, but I said it at council again yesterday. We have 40,000 households in the city of Red Deer. And if each household spent $5 a week in the downtown, come down, get a cup of coffee, a taco, et cetera, all those good things, $5 a week. It's back to school week, so we can do the math. So $5 at 40,000 households, $200,000, 50 weeks plus or minus in the year, $10 million of economic activity in the downtown. And that's organic, meaning that's natural. That's just coming into the downtown and having a small investment once a week. If we would all take that challenge up, that's $10 million of activity in our downtown. So my message to Rogers customers is put downtown on your list. Come on downtown and check out the incredible opportunities and businesses that are here, and support the downtown from an organic perspective. You can do it. A lot of people say, how can we attract people? How can we change the downtown narrative? People have the opportunity to come and revitalize their downtown just by coming down on a shopping experience. They can revitalize their own downtown.
Just by coming out for tacos, not even once a week, but maybe once a month.
Mike, I don't know what our advertising policy is. I'm just going to look over at our good media people here and all that kind of stuff. But that is as good a plug as I've ever heard. Right. Come on down once a month for lunch. Yeah. Come on down.
To any one of us down here. Yeah.
Look at this. You should be sitting here. I should be there. But anyway. So I wanted to say that, Mike, to let people know that everybody has the power to change the downtown. And that's the way to do it. So.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to mention?
No, I think that why leave it off on any other note than that? I think that's a great way to end it. And we're happy to be here. And this is a great spot. If you haven't come and experienced the Taco Loft, I recommend it. I've eaten here before, and delicious food. So I appreciate that. Hopefully we can have a taco before we head out here today.
Maybe so. Anyway, Rogers audience, great to be with you again. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Stay safe till then. And for sure, love your city. This is the greatest city in Canada. It's Mayor Ken and Deputy Mayor Kramer signing off, and take care.